All right, we getting the earliest start we've gotten all season long. Still a little damp out here, but I don't care. We got to cover the acres today. We got about 13 acres on this farm. Then we got moved, got 29 acres on Windy City farm. We got about 3.5 acres on McClary farm. And then we got to move on up into Jackson. Don't know if we're gonna go the Hart farm or the Baker farm. This depends on what time of night we're doing the moving. Might just go ahead and move all the way up to Baker if it's later on in the evening and traffic's gonna be light, make the move a whole lot easier. So I don't know. We got a lot of ground to cover between now and then though. I am beyond ready to close the door on this cotton crop. All right, well, I'm waiting here on the bow buggy. Just wanted to show y'all a little bit why. I mean, this looks like awesome. You know, 2.5 bale cotton. And I want to show you why. You know, even though it looks great, looks can be deceiving. You can tell there's a lot of stuff up here. A lot of stuff up here in the top. You know, some of the top crop did not quite mature out very good. But the top crop is not what makes you the money. Your biggest yield comes from the bottom crop.
Now look through there. I mean, it's all stalk from here down. You know, a lot of these lower branches are supposed to have multiple bowls on them. And you see there's just not much down here on the bottom part of the plant, and then up here on the mid part of the plant we see a few, but like this one right here, it you can see right there where it shed a bowl. That's damage from the storm. Here's another one. I mean, these are your money bowls. Your first positions make more lint than what your second positions do, so that's where all the yield loss comes from. So while it looks great, looks are deceiving, and that's why even this great looking cotton, you know, this field, the yields are off, you know, about 15% of what I expect. And then other fields where we didn't have as consistent of a stand, we're seeing at least 25% to 40% yield loss this year. And the majority of this damage was done right after planting. It screwed up the plant physiologically from the get-go, did not develop the root system that it needed, caused it to fruit up. It caused it to start fruiting higher up on the plant. And then we had those round of storms at the end of July that caused the plant to shed some of that mid-fruit. And, you know, that's why all we're left with is the top crop, which the top crop did not have enough time for all of it to develop and mature out. So hopefully it gives you a little visual aid on why, even though this cotton looks great, it's not great this year. Even though this farm is good, the majority of our cotton is not good this year. We rolling. Farm number 1 for the day down. All right, farm number 2 done for the day. This one was only a hair over 3 acres though. All right, now get up here to the Windy City farm, but I'm afraid we may have some big problems with the tractor on the module builder. All right, Kelly texted me a few minutes ago, said smelled something burning coming from the loader tractor, which is on the module builder. I looked under the hood and
saw oil from around the manifold. Well, a common place for oil to come around the manifold is a turbocharger. Definitely not what we need right now, especially on a weekend with no chance of getting parts. Yep, definitely oily around the turbo. See the turbine in there. See all that play back and forth. Turbo's down. Alright, we cannot keep running this tractor. If we do, that turbine rubbing on the housing could run bits of metal through the engine, or the thing could just completely disintegrate, and then you got a major engine repair.
Can I turn this on though? Because I have to drop it.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to move it.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to move it. Anyway, what we're gonna do is unhook this tractor, go back to the shop, get our big tractor that was hooked to the other module builder, and bring it out here.
It was vibrating really bad, so we fixed it.
Take this back to the shop, get the other tractor. Go in the shop, and on the bench, that light panel that goes up in there, it's just a square box. You'll see the button. Grab it and bring it with you. The tab is apart, but I mean, you can bring it up here, and then Zach can put it back together while we're picking cotton, because there's not a lot of cotton up here. What?
That bar needs to come on.
The other tractor's got the bar on it. It's that time of year. Our equipment has been used and abused all year long. It starts failing right here close to the finish line. Only thing we can do is use duct tape and baling wire to try and hold everything together. Just gets across the finish line, and then we can have all winter to fix everything properly. Alright, got started up here on the Windy City farm, back to Skippy laid down cotton. If you remember from planting, this was the very first farm that we planted, and we started off planting 1646. Now we had to come back and terminate a lot of that 1646 and go back to soybeans over there, but here on the inroads of where my plots were, we kept it. And it's by far and away the ugliest cotton I've got this year. Now 1646, or Delta Pine 1646 is a mid-mature variety, and if I didn't have enough heat units for my early season varieties to mature out, you know, a mid-mature variety certainly isn't going to mature out, and it's just flat out ugly. And then our UT variety plots over here, we got too skippy of a stand for the data to be good. So UT just told me to go ahead and pick the plots, not going to worry about weighing the results and getting data off of this farm, because the data just would not be that good. So while Kelly's gone to get another tractor for the module builder, I'm just going to pick on some of this real low yielding cotton and try and get a few more acres out of the way. I'm so glad to be getting this cotton off. I don't have to look at this crap anymore. 2 crops in the same field. Terrible looking cotton right here beside the road. I'm ready to get all this stuff push off down. Get some wheat planted. Get a nice, even, pretty stand of some green wheat growing on here this winter. I've been looking forward to this all summer long. Getting rid of this junk right here.
Haven't been able to record much since we've been busy this morning. Last farm was pretty good. Now we're on the farm where we had beans and cotton, and I think there's like 20 something acres. Check out this awesome armadillo hole though. They do a lot of damage. loads of fun to hit. But there's a new surprise in town, and that is, that's not our loader tractor. So the loader tractor, well, the 6010, the turbo went out in it, smelled smoke, popped open the hood and saw that it was leaking oil. Sent Matt a text message. He came over, and turns out the loader tractor turbo is toast. So I took it back to the shop. I got Lorraine, which is the planter tractor, and brought it out here, and we got it hooked up. Zach got the lights put back in because we had to rob this tractor's light board for the other one. So yeah, everything's kind of crazy. We only have like 75 acres left, I think, after this. So and the time crunch is coming down because Matt needs to plant wheat before the 15th. So as long as Mother Nature stays this way, we should be good for the next 10 days or so. So yeah, we're just hanging out. Went from a good farm to a bad farm now, so. But we got the American flag flowing nicely in the wind today. The only problem is Zach gets up against this tractor and you gotta turn the tires. Yeah, it's gonna be challenging, but you can turn sharper with this one going into fields, so that is a plus. So we're just gonna see how today goes. Other than that, same old, smash cotton.
Time to go get some water. 250 more gallons. Man, this is the best that this field has looked all year long. It's pretty sad when a destroyed crop looks better than the growing crop. A little bit of overkill there on the module builder. 270 horsepower to run a hydraulic pump. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Whatever it takes to get the job done. That's about 5:30. We're about 2/3 done with this farm. We got about 37 acres done so far today. We've been rolling on along pretty good, even with a little mishap with the tractor on the module builder. Our goal is still attainable, get done with this farm and getting moved way up into Madison County. I know I said earlier that I thought I should have terminated this whole farm, but actually I'm glad I kept this right here. This is a Phytogen 360 and it's doing pretty good. I mean, it's probably doing 900 pounds or better, and with the price of cotton, I got better profit potential than what I did on where I replanted with the soybeans right there. If I'd known UT wasn't going to keep those variety trials, I would have replanted all that to soybeans, and that would have been the best decision. But even though we didn't get the data off the variety trials, I got some pretty valuable information about it. There was 2 varieties in there that had a really poor stand, and they were also laid flat on the ground. They were both next gen varieties, so I know that even though they might yield good, there's problems with those varieties about emerging and then standing straight up during adverse weather. So definitely not going to take a look at those next year. 2 varieties that I thought that did the best, they were standing up pretty good, had a good stand on both of them. It looked like they yielded real well. Was Delta Pine 2115 and Phytogen 443. You know, one of my favorite varieties is Delta Pine 1725, and this was its 4th year, I believe, so it's probably not going to be around very much longer. So seeing a newer Delta Pine variety, that 2115, do good, you know, gave me a lot of confidence in case I don't have 1725 available next year and I have to choose another variety. I think that might be a pretty good one for me. Well, we got about 10 more acres left on this farm. We'll be rolling on. UT Vols come on in 30 minutes playing University of Kentucky tonight. Hopefully we get a big win on that, but I'll be watching it here on Hulu here in a few minutes, so we'll bring you back here in a little while. All right, farm number 3 is done. Now it being late in the evening, we're going to try and get moved a pretty good ways up the road. Got a pretty long haul through the city limits of Jackson to the Baker farm. Do it now because traffic ought to be pretty light. Make the move a little bit easier. Then we'll try and get a few acres, probably about 5 acres done up there tonight, and that'll leave us with 55 acres to get done tomorrow. Alright, I want to go ahead and get moved up to the Baker farm, get about 5 acres done up there. Roy's going to follow me on the bush hog, and then bring the bull buggy up, and then have Kelly drive the GMC, bring you back to get the module builder. I don't think there's not any need in carrying the service truck up there. We can just pick it up on our way back home.
Okay, so we're heading up to Baker.
Yeah, I want to try and go ahead and get that. Go ahead and get moved up there tonight with when the traffic's not so bad. Maybe it'll be a little bit easier than trying to do it tomorrow midday.
So all 4 of us are going to ride back in the GMC?
No, Kelly. Whenever you bring Zach back to get the module builder, you can bring Roy back to his truck and tell him. I've already told him that Carter's going to cut stuff tomorrow, but Carter's going to have to leave, by 4:30 because he's got to do that thing at the zombie trail tomorrow night. And if Roy don't mind coming in late tomorrow afternoon and helping us tomorrow evening, I'd appreciate it. Y'all see me blow through that red light on the 4-lane like a boss? With a cotton picker? I wonder who the traffic camera violation division is going to try and send that ticket to. Good luck with that. I'm glad we decided to move up here tonight because that was a relatively easy move. Not very much traffic, a whole lot different than what we normally see during the middle of the day.